You awaken to a scream, not a sound, but a feeling, a deep, gut-wrenching wrongness that echoes in your bones. The low hum of the life support is gone. The gentle thrum of the fusion core is silent. Your ship, the Starglider, is a cold tomb adrift in the dark. Emergency lights cast long, dancing shadows. They paint the corridor in a sickly red glow. You push yourself from your bunk. The deck plates are cold enough to sting your bare feet. Every system is offline. Everything except this bare minimum emergency power, enough to keep the air breathable, for now. You move toward the cockpit. Each step is an effort. The silence is a physical weight pressing down on you. This is not the quiet of a peaceful night. This is the silence of a graveyard. On the main console, a single message blinks. Core temperature, absolute 0. A number that should not be possible. You reach the cockpit and stare through the viewport. The sight steals the breath from your lungs. You are not alone in the silence. You are surrounded by ghosts. Dozens of ships hang in the void. Their hulls are fractured, their lights are dark. A fleet, frozen in the moment of its death. You scan the wreckage. Freighters, cruisers, even a few sleek corsairs. All dead. The Gamma Rift has claimed them. But why were you spared? Your little scout ship floats untouched. A single living thing in a vast tomb. It makes no sense. Then, a flicker on the communications panel. A signal. It cuts through the static like a sharp whisper. It is not a distress call, not a Federation code. It is something else entirely. Faint, alien, a single rhythmic pulse in the suffocating silence. It is the only sign of life. Your only lead. You have a choice. Stay here and wait for a rescue that may never come, or follow the ghost signal into the unknown. The decision is not difficult. You are a Terran explorer. Curiosity is your original sin. You divert all remaining power to the engines and the scanner. The Starglider turns slowly. It faces the source of the strange pulse. The signal leads you deeper, into the heart of the Gamma Rift itself. This region of space is a legend among pilots, a place where the laws of physics get nervous. Star science has no clear answers for it. Navigation charts are filled with warnings. They tell tales of ships that simply vanish. Your ship trembles as it pushes through the currents. The rift is not empty space. It is thick with strange energies. Hazy clouds of purple and green nebula swirl outside. They seem to watch you pass. The ghost signal remains your only guide, a steady, repeating pattern in the chaos. It is a language. You are sure of it. Too structured to be a natural phenomenon. But it matches nothing in the universal database. It is older than any known dialect. Slower, more deliberate. It does not sound like words. It feels like a thought. A very, very old thought. The signal grows stronger, more defined. You are getting close. The energy interference here is immense. It should be tearing your ship apart. But the Starglider holds. Terran engineering, always built to last. A little overbuilt, some say. Right now, you would kiss the engineers who designed it. Then you see it. The source of the signal. It fills your entire viewport. It is not a ship built of metal and wires. It is a creature, a living vessel of impossible scale, vast and ancient. It drifts like a wounded leviathan, a great star-born whale made of flesh and crystal. Its skin is a swirling cosmos of dark blues and purples, lined with crystalline structures that pulse with faint, tired light. It must be miles long, maybe more. This being is a wonder of the universe, a life form beyond all known classification. And it is grievously wounded. A colossal gash tears across its flank, a raw open wound that leaks pale, ethereal energy into the void. From this wound comes the signal, a silent, desperate cry of pain broadcast across the stars. You are staring at a dying God, and you are the only one who answered its prayer. Your awe is shattered by new alarms. Proximity alert. Multiple contacts approaching fast. You check the scanner. Their energy signatures are crude and aggressive. Their ship designs are jagged and ugly, like someone threw a box of knives into a smelter. There is no doubt who they are. Vultures have arrived. The ships belong to the Thar Syndicate, a name that makes pilots check their weapons and their fuel. They are pirates, scavengers, bullies of the outer sectors. They are everything wrong with the galaxy, gift wrapped in rusty metal. They are not here to help. Their communication channels crackle with their harsh language. You do not need a translator to understand their intent. They see the great wounded being not as a victim. They see it as the single greatest salvage score in history, a prize beyond measure. Their ships swarm around the giant. Their forward ports glow. They are powering up plasma cutters. Tractor beams spark to life. They intend to carve this magnificent creature into pieces, to sell it bit by bit on the black market. Rage burns hot in your chest. You will not let that happen. The Thar begin their grim work. Beams of intense energy lash out. They strike the giant's crystalline hide. But the rift fights back. A wave of invisible energy washes over the pirate fleet. Their shields flare violently, then collapse. One of their ships goes dark, its engines sputtering into silence. Another Thar vessel loses control. It spins away into the glowing nebula. Their ships are powerful, but they were not built for this environment. The rift's strange energies are tearing their systems apart. They are flies caught in a star-born web. They just do not know it yet. Your own ship remains stable. The Starglider was designed for this, a deep-range scout meant to chart hazardous anomalies. Its hull has reinforced energy shielding. Its core is magnetically sealed. A human advantage. We always expect the worst. Sometimes, that pessimism pays off handsomely. You push your ship closer to the giant. You need to get past the foolish Thar. The pain from the great being intensifies. The signal is no longer just a sound in your head. It is a wave of pure feeling. Desperate. Terrified. You open a channel. Not with your radio, with your mind. You focus on the signal. You reach out. Contact. It is like touching a sun. A mind of incomprehensible age and power floods your senses. It feels your presence, your intent. It is not hostile. It is afraid. It shares its memory. Not as a choice, but as a reflex. A vision explodes behind your eyes. You are no longer in your cockpit. You are the giant. You drift through the beautiful, silent rift. This is your home. Then, a presence, a hunger. Something dark and fast approaches. It is not a ship. It is a predator, a being of pure, violent energy. It has no shape, only a swirling, crackling form of black lightning. The vision is terrifyingly real. You feel the predator strike, a pain beyond all description. It latches onto you. It tears into your essence. It is not eating your flesh. It is drinking your life, your very soul. It feeds on your connection to the universe. You scream a silent, psychic scream, the same one that you followed here. The vision fades. You are back in your pilot's chair. Your heart pounds against your ribs. Your forehead is slick with sweat. Now you understand. The aftershock that knocked out your power, that killed the other ships. It was not an attack. It was the aftermath of this one. The Predator's feeding echo, the cosmic equivalent of a satisfied burp. You look at the Thar ships. They are still struggling. Their greed has blinded them. They are fighting each other for scrap rights. While the real threat is still out there, the Rift Predator is hunting, and it will be back for the rest of its meal. These pirates are on the menu. You have a plan, a crazy, terrible, brilliant plan. You open a universal broadcast channel. You aim it directly at the Thar flagship. Your voice is calm and clear. It cuts through their chaotic comms. This is Terran scout ship Starglider to the Thar fleet. Silence. They were not expecting that. You are trespassing in a restricted feeding ground, you say. Your ships are failing. Your weapons are useless here. You let that sink in. A predator killed this giant. It is coming back. You have a choice. Help me hunt it, or join this vessel in its grave. For a long moment, there is only static. The Thar are not known for their cooperative spirit. Their captain's voice finally responds. Guttural, angry, but laced with a new thread of fear. He knows you are right. He can feel his ship dying around him. He agrees. An alliance born of pure desperation. Now you need a weapon. Your pulse lasers would be like throwing pebbles at a hurricane. The Predator is an energy creature. You cannot shoot it. You have to unravel it. An old memory surfaces. A lecture at the academy. A forbidden technology from humanity's past. From the dark age of old Terra. A resonance cascade. It was not a weapon of war. It was a tool of creation that went horribly wrong. It does not fire a beam or a projectile. It fires a tuned wave of pure physics. A wave that can disrupt the fundamental forces holding energy and matter together. It is incredibly dangerous and strictly illegal. Mostly because if you get it wrong, you might unravel yourself too. You get to work. You are no engineer. But you know the theory. You pull up your ship's core schematics. The fusion core of the Starglider can be reconfigured. You have to bypass every safety protocol. Every warning system screams at you in red text. You ignore them all. This is not the time for caution. The Thar watch you. Their remaining ships form a loose perimeter. They follow your instructions. They channel their power, not into their weapons, but into an amplifier. They take the giant's weak cry of pain. They make it 100 times stronger, a beacon of distress that screams across the rift. It is a terrible thing to do, using the wounded creature as bait. But it is the only way. You need to draw the Predator here, to a place of your choosing. You position the Starglider perfectly, hiding it in the shadow of the giant's great wound. The resonance cascade has a short range. You need the beast to get close, dangerously close. The trap is set. The minutes stretch into an eternity. The amplified pain signal floods the rift. Then, a change in the energy readings. A familiar signature. The one from the vision. A spike of pure darkness against the nebula's glow. It is coming. It sensed the bait. The Rift Predator returns to finish its meal. It appears without a sound, a vortex of swirling night and silent lightning. It is larger than you remembered, more terrible. It moves with an unnatural speed. It ignores the Thar ships. It has only one target, the wounded, helpless giant. It dives toward the great creature's open wound. Your hands are slick on the controls. Your timing must be perfect. Too soon, and it will evade. Too late, and it will feed again. It will become even stronger. You watch it close the distance. 500 kilometers. 300. 100. It is almost upon the giant. Now you fire the cascade. There is no flash, no explosion, just a shimmer. the space in front of your ship distorts. A silent, invisible wave expands outward. A wave of pure, weaponized reality. It washes over the Rift Predator. For a second, nothing happens. The creature hesitates. It seems confused. Then the failure begins. The Predator's form flickers. Its dark energy begins to bleed away. The fundamental forces that bind it are coming undone. It writhes in silent agony. Not a being of flesh, but of energy. And that energy is being unmade. It tries to flee. But it is too late. The cascade is inside it, tearing it apart from within. The Rift Predator does not simply die. It detonates. A backlash of unimaginable force erupts from its dissolving form. A shockwave of raw, untamed energy. And your ship is at ground zero. The wave hits the Starglider like a fist from God. Every alarm screams at once. The lights die completely. You are thrown against your restraints. The ship groans around you. The sound of stressed metal and breaking circuits. The main screen cracks. The automatic pilots are gone. You are flying blind in the heart of a cosmic explosion. You grab the manual controls. Your only chance is to ride the wave. You perform maneuvers that should not be possible, pushing the ship into rolls and dives, using the shockwave's own energy to push you clear. The hull temperature climbs to critical levels. The ship is shaking itself to pieces. It feels like you are flying a coffin through a supernova. Your knuckles are white. Your teeth are clenched. You are human. You will not let go. Slowly, impossibly, the turbulence subsides. The roar of the explosion fades back into the rift's deep silence. A single emergency light flickers back on, casting a lone, steady beam across your cockpit. You survived. The Starglider is a wreck, scarred and battered, but its heart is still beating. You look outside. The rift is calm again. The terrifying energy of the Predator is gone. Completely. The space it occupied is now just empty, beautiful nebula. In the distance, the K-Thar ships are holding their position, damaged, but alive. They watch the entire thing. Their comms crackle open. It is the K-Thar captain. His voice is not guttural or angry anymore. It is quiet, filled with an emotion you never expected from his kind. Awe. He saw your small scout ship, your tiny vessel, emerge from an explosion that should have vaporized it. You saved them all. You saved the giant. The ghost signal returns. But it has changed. The note of pain is gone. The fear is gone. It is replaced by something else. A feeling of immense, ancient gratitude. It washes over you. A thank you from a being as old as the stars. Outside, the great wound on its flank begins to close. A soft, warm light sealing the injury. The giant is healing. The K-Thar captain offers you a tribute. First choice of salvage from the dead fleet. A king's ransom. You decline. I don't have room for the scrap metal, you say. A small joke to break the tension. They do not understand the humor, but they understand the refusal. You did not do this for profit. The K-Thar fleet turns. They leave the rift in silence, but they will carry the story with them. A new legend for the star lanes. The tale will spread through every port, every station, every corner of the galaxy where spacers gather. They will speak of the Gamma Rift, of the monster that hunted within it, and they will speak of you. The lone human in a tiny scout ship, the one who faced the Rift Predator and won, the one who forged an alliance with pirates, the one who tamed a violent corner of the galaxy. Your name might be forgotten, but the deed will not. The human factor. From this day forward, when they see a Terran ship, they will remember. They will wonder, and they will never, ever underestimate your species again.